Oh my God, my legs are sore. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ow. Jesus. All right. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing super well. In this video today, we're going to be covering how to lose weight, how to lose fat without losing muscle mass when you go into your diet. And we're first going to talk about why you want to keep your lean muscle mass when you go on a diet. There's three main reasons why you would want to keep lean muscle mass on your diet, and why losing weight so quickly is not a good thing at all whatsoever. And you're probably going to be shocked with that because most people want to lose weight very quickly. It's not going to be a good thing, and we'll talk about why. We're also going to go in depth in the second part of the video on exactly what you need to do to preserve and keep your lean muscle mass on your diet. I'll give you three actionable tips that with those three things, you will be able to keep your hard-earned lean muscle mass when you go into a calorie deficit. All right, so let's dive right into the video. So the first reason you want to keep lean muscle mass on your diet when you go into a calorie deficit is going to be because it is going to keep your metabolism high. It's going to keep your metabolism boosted. The more lean muscle mass you have on your body, lean muscle mass requires more oxygen and nutrients to get pumped to it, right? So the more oxygen, the more nutrients your body has to pump to your lean muscle mass, that means more work your body has to do. You know, if somebody has 5 pounds of lean muscle mass or 50 pounds of lean muscle mass, that person with 50 pounds of lean muscle mass is going to require a lot more work. Their body is going to require to do more work for them. More work equals more calories burned. More calories burned equals a higher metabolism. So when you have more lean muscle mass on your body, you're going to have a higher metabolism. Now, this is important because, number one, when you go into a diet, your metabolism is going to slow down. When you go into a calorie deficit, when you are intaking less calories than what your body burns, your metabolism is going to slow down a bit. But if you can keep your lean muscle mass high, your metabolism will not slow down as much and you will keep a higher metabolism. Going into a calorie deficit requires you to have a lower metabolism because your body is automatically going to burn less calories if you don't have as many calories coming in, which you are not going to because you're going to be in a calorie deficit. So one of the biggest things you can do to help this is make sure to keep your lean muscle mass high, keep your metabolism boosted, and help yourself not only during the diet because you're going to keep your metabolism higher, which will allow you to continuously lose more weight at an effective rate, but once you get to your desired goal body weight, your metabolism will be higher because of your lean muscle mass, which means you will be able to eat more food and maintain that weight as opposed to getting to that weight, not having a high metabolism, not having very high lean muscle mass, and not eating as much food because you don't have as much lean muscle mass because your metabolism is not boosted. All right, so first reason, keep your metabolism high. Very important for during the diet and when you get done the diet. The second reason is going to be so you can get that tone, that lean defined look you are looking for. Most people, if they have not built lean muscle mass and they just do, for example, if they just do hours of cardio and super restrictive diets, they lose fat, they lose weight, but they never look the way they want to look. So if you are concerned with looking a certain way, you want to make sure you keep your lean muscle mass when you go into a diet, when you go on a calorie deficit, because that is going to be how you get that look that you're looking for, those toned arms, those toned legs, whatever it is. That is going to be how you get that look, because if you just lose body fat, but you have no lean muscle mass underneath of the body fat, then you're just going to be skinny fat, which, by the way, I did a video on skinny fat. If you want to go watch that video, I'll put it here above. But you're just going to end up skinny fat, where you're not really overweight. Like, you step on the scale, you're not really overweight, but you don't look the way you want to look. You might have a little bit of a belly. You're not really defined or toned. That's how that happens, is because you don't have any lean muscle mass underneath the body fat. So if and when you do lose body fat, you don't look the way you want to look. So keeping lean muscle mass when you start to drop weight is important because you want to maintain that look and get that look that you're shooting for. Because most people don't just want to lose weight. They want to look a certain way. They want to look good naked, or they want to look good on the beach. To do that, you need lean muscle mass. And last but certainly not least, you're going to improve your overall health. All of your blood markers are going to be better. You know, it's so funny, in this fitness world, we're so focused on the way our body looks and losing weight, and it's so aesthetic driven most of the times. we often forget about the health component of things and just having a healthy body and living a healthy lifestyle. Having a good amount of lean muscle mass is going to help you with that because, like I said, number one, it's going to keep your metabolism high. Number two, it's going to help you with your hormones. Number three, it's going to help you have stronger, healthier bones, and which again, as you start to age, whether it's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I mean, I train clients right now who are 70 plus years old and they strength train 3 to 5 times a week because they want to, not only do they want to look great, but they want to have healthy, strong bones. So, for God forbid, if you get into a car accident or if you fall or if something happens, your body is going to be healthy and strong. It's going to help you with your insulin resistance. So, your body is going to be able to use insulin better and use carbohydrates better because you have more lean muscle mass on your body. And normally the more lean muscle mass you have on your body, the healthier your joints are because because to have lean muscle mass, you have to be active, you have to resistance train, you have to strength train, you got to be moving, right? So your joints are probably going to feel better, you are probably going to feel better, you're probably going to have more energy, you're going to have a higher metabolism. So all of your actual health markers, which often get overlooked in a journey like this, are going to be extremely, extremely better. So please, 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 keep your lean muscle mass on your diet. Do not lose weight too quickly, and that's what we're going to talk about here. So those are the 3 biggest reasons why you would want to keep lean muscle mass on your diet. Now, 3 biggest ways you are going to do that and how exactly you need to do that, what you need to implement into your day. All right, so let's cover that right now. The first thing you need to do is not go too low in calories and not lose weight too quickly. I'm going to cover both those things. So number 1, not go too low in calories. If you want to know how many calories you should eat to lose fat while keeping lean muscle mass, I have a totally free calculator here on YouTube. It's literally here on YouTube. I'll put it here above. It's totally free. Feel free to head there. It'll tell you exactly how many calories you should eat to lose body fat. Now, don't eat too little calories. Why is this? When you go into a calorie deficit, we talked earlier, your metabolism is going to slow down, right? So yes, you need a calorie deficit to lose body fat, but if you go in such a steep calorie deficit, you'll lose body fat, but you're going to lose lean muscle mass as well because your body does not have adequate calories, adequate fuel, adequate nutrients coming in to keep that lean muscle mass. Yeah, you're going to lose body fat, but you're going to lose muscle mass along the way. If you go, let's say your maintenance calories are 2,000. If you're eating 1,000 calories, you are going to lose lean muscle mass. It is just going to happen because your body does not have enough nutrients to go around to keep the lean muscle mass on your body. It's going to tell you, hey, okay, I'm only eating 1,000 calories per day. This muscle mass that we have, it's extra credit. It's not required to live. So you know what? These 1,000 calories I'm getting, I'm going to use that to survive, to keep my hormones intact, to keep all the cell processes running, to just keep your body alive. So your body is going to say, cool, we don't have enough nutrients. What are we going to do? Pull from body fat, but also pull from lean muscle mass because your body is going to have to find a way to make energy and get your body through that day each day. So your body's going to pull from lean muscle mass, which it means you're going to lose that lean muscle mass, which is obviously, like we just said, not a good thing. So not going too low in calories is a huge, huge thing. And again, not losing weight too quickly, which is probably contradictory to what you may want or what most people want, but most people want to lose, 10 pounds in a month, 15 pounds in a month, 20 pounds in 2 months. That's not good because if you are doing that, you are losing lean muscle mass. Now, I will say this, if you are extremely overweight, if you are 150, 200 pounds overweight, yes, you may be able to lose 2-3 pounds per week, so on and so forth, because you just have more body fat on your body that you're able to lose. And also beyond that, the first week or 2 or 3 of a diet, you're probably going to lose, a bit more weight in the first 1, 2, or 3 weeks because it's just going to be water weight, right? You're going to change your eating habits. You're probably not going to eat out as much. You're going to not eat fast food as much. You're going to put in more vegetables. You're probably going to decrease carbs a bit just from snacking and eating out and stuff like that. You'll probably lose some water weight in the first 1 to 3 weeks. But if after 1 to 3 weeks you continuously lose a large amount of weight every single week, you are pretty much guaranteed to lose muscle mass during that process. So now, what is a healthy rate of weight loss? What is a healthy rate of, how many pounds should you lose per week and so on and so forth? Anywhere from losing 0.5 to 1.5 pounds per week on average, that would be a healthy, sustainable, good rate of weight loss, which is going to pretty much assure you that you are not losing lean muscle mass. If you start to lose 3, 4, 5 pounds a week, you're pretty much guaranteed to be losing muscle mass, which again, like we just said on this side, is not a good thing. So just be aware of what's going on. Again, the first week of a diet, the first 2 weeks of a diet, you may lose more. If you have a lot of body fat to lose, you may lose more. But as long as you're doing the other two things in this, what we're going to talk about here, you should be good to go. So just keep that in mind. Losing from 0.5 to 1.5 pounds per week is a good place to be if you want to lose fat, but keep muscle. And I know that's quite probably contrary to what you want. Like, most people want to lose weight very quickly. They want to see the scale go down. They want these things very, very fast. That's not good in this scenario. You should not be chasing that. You should not want that, because that's going to mean you're going to lose lean muscle mass. And I know it's going to take longer. I know you're going to have to be patient. I know it's going to take time, effort, dedication from you, but pretty much any good thing in life does. So just keep that in mind. Now, number 2, protein. Protein is the only macronutrient that is going to allow you to build and retain lean muscle mass. So when you go into a calorie deficit, I talked earlier about not going too low in calories, and that's absolutely right. But also, even if you're in a moderate calorie deficit, like the one I told you in my calorie calculator, if you're not eating enough protein, you will be losing body fat as well, because you need that protein to make sure you can retain, sustain that lean muscle mass that you have built. So how much protein should you be eating? Around a gram per pound of body weight. Now, once again, I know if you weigh 300 pounds right now, I don't need you to eat 300 pounds, that's a lot of protein. I don't need you to eat 300 grams of protein. What I will say though is, here's my kind of general rule of thumb that I use with a lot of people just in general, and also my clients as well. If you weigh anything under 175, try to get around a gram per pound of body weight. If you weigh anything above 175 right now, I would try to get at the very, very least 150 grams of protein per day, at the very least. Now, if you do more than that, that's going to be absolutely amazing, and you should really pat yourself on the back, because I know protein is very hard to get in, which, by the way, I wrote an entire article on my website on the top 5 ways to get in more protein. I'll link that here below. But if you weigh above 175 pounds and you are looking to lose body fat, I would try to get around, at the very least, 150 grams of protein, and anything else after that is going to be that much more beneficial for you. Now, like I said, let's say you weigh 245 pounds right now. You may not have to eat 245 grams of protein, but if you can get 180, if you can get 175, if you can get 195, the more the better. I know it's hard, but the more the better in that scenario. So just keep that in mind. So that's what I would say on protein. Again, one of the biggest things, because this is the only macronutrient that's going to allow you to build and retain lean muscle mass, okay? So that is protein. Now, the very last point, probably the most important point, keep lifting heavy shit. And I say that because there's a big misconception in the fitness world that when you want to lose body fat, you should decrease the weight, you should increase the reps, and you should lift light weight for a lot of reps to tone the muscle. That could not be farther from the truth. You're not going to tone your muscle just because you do less weight, just because you do less weight and more reps. That's not how this works. And especially because when you go into a calorie deficit, your body's going to have less nutrients, less fuel for your muscles. So when you go into a calorie deficit, this is probably one of the most important times to keep lifting heavy, keep pushing yourself, keep pushing intensity in the gym, because you want to keep that lean muscle mass. And the closer you get with your intensity, the closer you get to failure. I'm not saying, go to failure, drop the bar on yourself and hurt yourself. It's not what I'm saying. But the closer you get to failure, the higher your intensity is, the more likely you are going to keep your lean muscle mass. So when you go into the gym or when you do your workouts, make sure you are still lifting heavy weights. Make sure you're still trying to get stronger. Make sure you're still trying to have progressive overload, which again, by the way, if you want an article on what the hell progressive overload even is, I wrote an article on my website. I'll link it here below. But basically what progressive overload means is you're just doing a bit more each time. So let's say week 1, you do 100 pounds, week 2, 105 pounds, week 3, 110 pounds, or let's say week 1, you did 100 pounds for 10 reps, week 2, 100 pounds for 11 reps, week 3, 100 pounds for 12 reps, and so on and so forth. You're just doing a little bit more each time. Make sure you continue doing that when you go into the gym. Do not fall for the lift light weight for, toning the muscles. That is not true. Still strength train 3 to 5 times a week. Actually, 100% of my clients strength train 3 to 5 times a week. Still strength train 3 to 5 times a week. Hit your protein. Don't go too low in calories. You will lose body fat and you will keep lean muscle mass. And as a side note, if you want more help on how much weight you should be lifting when you go into the gym, I did an entire video here on YouTube. I'll link it here above. I did an entire video covering exactly what you should be doing when you go into the gym, how much weight to lift, when to lift heavier, when to lift lighter, how to increase the weight you're lifting, all that stuff I talk about. So check out that video if you want to. But beyond that, that's basically it right there. Again, you want to keep your lean muscle mass because you want to keep your metabolism high. You want to get that lean, defined look, and you want to keep a healthy, functional body. How to do it? Make sure you don't go too low in calories and make sure you're not losing weight at a too rapid of a rate. Remember, 0.5 to 1.5 pounds per week. Make sure you're eating around a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Again, if you weigh anything under 175, try to get a gram per pound of body weight. If you weigh anything over 175, try to get at the very, very least 150 grams of protein, and the more is going to be more beneficial for you. And last but not least, make sure you are still resistance training, still strength training, and make sure you are still lifting heavy. All right, so that is the guideline right there. That is exactly what to do, guys. If you have any questions, concerns, let me know. I'd be happy to answer your questions. Drop them below. I'll be happy to help you. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be trying to be doing more and more YouTube videos as the weeks and the years go on. So feel free to subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it if you did. Other than that, thank you for watching, and we'll talk soon.